They're starting blue.
What's up?
They're starting blue.
Oh. They won't ban that from jungler.
Yo, what is up, YouTube? I'm Blitz5, and recently I decided to pick up the champion Garen. So this might sound crazy to a lot of people watching the video, but I've actually never played Garen before, and I'm not really sure why. I've owned him for a long time, and I guess I just never really played a lot of tanky characters, and I rarely play in the top lane, but I figured I'd give him a try, and this is me starting off with a nice trolly start. I steal Gromp and flash over the wall, which I thought was pretty funny, especially from the clip in the beginning of this video. So you can see here, you'll see me stop and like read his abilities, because this is literally the first time I've ever played him. I mean, I know that he spins to win, and that's one of his main moves, but I honestly didn't know what his Q and W did for sure, and obviously I know his ult is a huge dunk kind of execute kill. So everybody knows that from playing Garen. So this is pretty awesome right here. We definitely put the jungler on tilt. So I stole his Gromp and stopped him from leveling up to level 2. And then to retaliate, he tried to to steal our red buff. And Fettuccine, my friend Warwick, noticed it. So then we were able to get the kill. And unfortunately, we couldn't get Gnar, but ended up working out in our favor, obviously. But going back to Garen, so obviously I've been seeing a lot of Garen in season 5 get played again. He's had a kind of a resurgence because he's just so strong and kind of easy to play, and everybody knows that. But for a while, a lot of people are like don't want to play him or like think he's easy mode, so they don't play him. But I've been running into a lot of champions or people who do like full AD builds or crit builds, and even going like straight tank. You just notice how strong he actually is. And lately, I've been changing my playstyle. I've been doing a lot of jungle and counter jungling. And I kind of thought that it would give me a lot of control to play in the top lane with someone I could roam with and not get punished for, kind of hurt the enemy jungler. And you see me doing that. I really like starting off kind of trying to mess up the enemy jungler. I think that's overvalued or undervalued and creates a lot of value for your team, is like affecting the enemy jungler. It really screws people over. And, I mean probably jungle and support. And I think a lot of that has to do with your map awareness. And I'm kind of realizing that top has kind of the similar aspects of that, because you're on an island, as everybody knows, and you're playing in the top lane. And you need to focus on your lane pretty much only in the beginning, but then you have to have a lot of map awareness to like TP in and help your team out like I did in this play here. And that's something that people, sometimes struggle with. They just focus on themselves and then don't try to help other lanes. And that's like more what I'm about. I love leaving my lane. And sometimes, I get punished for that. And sometimes I play champions that doesn't work well with. So I think my new goal is to play champions that scale late. That's another thing, because in my elo, I'm in silver and lower elos. The games go longer, so you want a powerful champion. And Garen is great in this example because you don't even need to build damage, and he just scales perfectly into the late game, becomes so tanky and strong. And then also play characters where I can roam around and be effective, leaving my lane and not have it be a huge consequence. And I think that's really awesome that Garen kind of provides that. And I probably should try some more top laners like Shyvana in this role, because I think that would be really helpful. Or maybe even Tryndamere, because that kind of fits my playstyle. Except for I don't love split pushing. I kind of like being with the team and fighting. But I do see the advantage of split pushing during certain situations and stuff like that. So anyways, this is going pretty well for my first Garen game. If you haven't played Garen, I definitely recommend playing him. He's really great. Right now it's season 5. There's a lot of good items to build on him. Obviously, they've kind of changed the top lane, and the tank meta is kind of winding down. But it's really easy to build like a Warmogs or Sunfire Cape first, and then go Black Cleaver, which is really easy now that Black Cleaver builds out of Phage. It's a really great item to pick up. I really like Phage. And then Garen just starts to spin to win, and here we're kind of demolishing in their base. And this is what I really like. I was so out of health there. I mean, I was out of the fight, and I was able to stay in and then pick up another kill. And then right here, we can kind of still poke around in their jungle and mess with them. And then eventually I time this with Fettuccine, who's on Skype with me, and we get a kill on Akali and are able to take blue. So stuff like this is what I really like, that you can kind of just hang around, and then his passive is awesome, just regains health and you stay in the game. So I mean, I'm saying this like no one's ever played Garen before, but to me it's just amazing how long I went in this game without playing champions like this. And if you're a new player to League of Legends, you should definitely focus on playing characters like this first, because they're much easier to play. I mean, admittedly, some of the beginner characters are easier to play. They're just not as complex. They don't have as many things you need to worry about in passives. Basically, Garen is very point and clicky. His ult is very easy to use. He's got a lot of escape, and even if you mess up, you can stand behind your turret and regain health. So it's great for beginners. I don't know why I didn't play him early enough. I guess I just kind of picked players that looked cool and then suffered from not being able to play them later. So I would definitely recommend trying him out if you're new. And even if you're not new, in Season 5, I think he's a really great pick. And it's been working out with me really well. So I'm going to keep spamming games as Garen and try to bring him into rank. So hopefully we can get some good ranked gameplay. And I'll be posting that on my page. I'm going to keep I guess just spamming these games over and over again, try some different builds, learn the matchups. That's another thing. Top lane to me, once you don't play a lane enough, you don't really know the matchups, and it becomes kind of intimidating to play in that lane, which is kind of frustrating to me. Like in bot lane, I know how most matchups are going to go, what kind of support that is, what ADC, how we can engage kind of like the power spikes. A little bit less in mid because I play that lane less, but I know nothing in the top lane about a lot of characters. I mean, I just know their abilities, but not really when they spike it and when to go in and out. So this is really great for learning more characters like Gnar. Now I know how to play against Gnar a little bit better. Tryndamere, Trundle, stuff like that. You learn how to play against these characters much better when you play in different roles. So lesson for the day, playing different roles. If you haven't played Garen, play him. And thanks for watching, guys. Let me know what you think of this video and my Trolley Gromp steal. You guys should be focusing on doing that. Thanks for watching. Blitz 5, I'm out.